Please welcome David Hyde Pierce. Great to see you.
It's good to see you, too. Is it? That's pickle week I'm smelling.
pickle
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Would you like one?
No, I just got one a little bit on the kiss. But
Yeah.
That was lovely.
Sorry about that.
That was delicious.
Let me Altoid up again.
No.
There we go. Everything's fine.
It was wonderful.
How are you?
I'm great.
You're
I'm
very,
great.
very funny.
Well, thank you.
You are. You're so wonderful on the show.
Thanks.
And it seems to be perfectly you. Are there a lot of similarities between you and the character? Because I don't really know you.
You know, I thought that there weren't. I always thought I was playing a part, and I talked to a friend of mine from elementary school.
Yeah.
He called me up last week. He said he'd been out of the country on business, and he hadn't seen the show, and he'd just come back in, and he saw the show, and he said, oh, it's so amazing, because I said, you know, here's the little kid who used to wait on the corner for me with his book bag and go to school, and the great thing is the character is just like you were when you were a kid. And I thought, well, now I have to go into therapy, because I had no idea that I was anything like that, so I guess I'm
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in upstate New York, Saratoga Springs.
Few people who knew.
Yeah, home of me.
You. And you live out in L.A. now.
Yes, I'm out in L.A. now.
And how do you enjoy it? You like New York better or 601?
Yeah, I was here for a long time, and I love New York, and it's great to come back, because L.A. is wonderful, and it's very relaxed and spread out, but I flew into JFK beginning of the week, and you know, you get out and you walk into the baggage area of JFK, and it's like getting hit in the face with a shovel.
Yeah.
Just that New York energy that pops at you, and the fans are different here. I was in Soho walking down the street, and this very old woman and her very old woman friend were walking down the street. They travel in pairs, and we're passing each other, and she says, "Oh, I love you on your show." And I kept walking. I said, "Thank you very much." And she said, "Hey, stop!" And I stopped, and I went up to her, and I said, "Excuse me?" And she said, "I'm paying you a compliment. You should be glad I recognize your face." And I said, "Well, thank you very much." And it's like you get complimented, and yet you feel like you've been mugged. It's all at the same time. That's why I love New York.
I love New York. There you go. Only in New York, right? Now, growing up in Saratoga Springs, did you always have aspirations to be an actor?
I had, weirdly, yeah.
Weirdly?
When I was little, I would write plays for myself in elementary school to do. And the thing was that I always died in the plays. That was the only thing that they had in common. I played Julius Caesar once, died. Played John Dillinger, the gangster, died. And the main thing that I did was in my family home, which has a big staircase in the main hall, I would always, at least twice a day, get horribly killed at the top of the staircase and fall all the way down it. And I was, you know, a little kid, and it drove my parents crazy.
Yeah, I imagine. Did you get injured?
Well, now, of course, I can't walk from all those times. But at the time, you know, I was little and I bounced. But I remember one time in particular, my sister was getting married, and her fiancé and his parents were over at the house. First time ever meeting my family, very proper Southerners. And they're all in the living room, and my mother's passing through the downstairs hall with a tray, and she looks up, and she sees me poised at the top of the stairs like this, because I'm in the middle, you know, of having been killed. And she looks at me and she says, "If you fall down those stairs, you will not get a tuxedo to wear for the rehearsal dinner." And I waited, and she went into the living room, and I thought, well, you know, it was such a good death scene, and I went down the stairs. And I got to wear the tux anyway.
You did.
She gave in, yeah. But.
Now, you got all dressed up and spiffied up for Jane's wedding. She was on the show.
Yes.
She told us that you were nearly killed.
Well, you know, that story gets blown out of proportion a lot. What it was is a few of us from the cast went over for Jane's wedding to England, and Jane tried to kill us.
Really?
It's...
Now, see, that's not how she presented it.
No, well, she wouldn't, no. We now know. No, her mom had... It was a beautiful wedding. Yeah. Really elegant, of course, as Jane is. And her mom had rented these 1950s Rolls-Royce limousines. Beautiful. And one of them had actually belonged to the Queen Mother, it had the royal seal on it and everything. And that was the one I was riding in with the groom and some friends. And we get to the church, which is this beautiful little church on a hill. And all the other limousines are parked at the bottom of the hill, and we drive up the hill, and we stop, and we're parked sort of facing with our back end down the hill. And everyone gets out of the car, and I'm in the back seat looking for my gloves. And suddenly I hear from outside the car people saying, "Oh, oh my God, oh no, David, jump." And I look up, and the car's rolling backwards down the hill. The driver's out, everyone's out, and I look behind me, and all the other limo drivers are by their vintage 1950s limousines doing the Macaulay Culkin face, like, and I didn't know what to do, and the car was picking up speed, and I jumped and rolled and sort of did a tuck and hurt my ankle, and the driver jumped in and pulled the parking brake. Apparently the parking brake on these cars, when the weight comes off the car and everyone gets out, the brake releases. So I now know why the Queen Mother no longer uses this car, because that's like quite a way to have to arrive at the palace every day, you know.
A lot of stress.
For an older woman, it's hard, yeah. Oh.
Now, congratulations on the Emmys. Is that an overwhelming feeling for you? I mean, are you able to take it in?
It's hard to process. The show, except I love the show. I'm very proud of Frasier.
It is
and
really a
everybody
wonderful
on it.
show,
I think
quality
it's great.
program.
So I don't mind getting awards for it because I think it deserves it, frankly.
Right.
So
when they first said your
cool.
name, did you think, I can't believe it's me? Or were you like in a zone?
I was in all the sound stops. It's like, ah, all you hear is, ah, and your heart beating, and you get up and you talk and your lips move and you have no idea what you're saying, and then you go away and you have a thing.
People tell you.
Put in your house.
You did well. You know, I saw you on Broadway, as I mentioned, in the Hyde Chronicles.
That's great.
And you were wonderful in that.
Oh, I love that play.
Do you have a big theater background?
I did, yeah. I mean, I started out, as I said, dying in elementary school.
Right.
And did a little bit of dying in New York theater as well. But, yeah, I did a lot. I did a few musicals, a few Shakespeare plays, stuff like that. And,
Did I hear musicals?
Oh,
which ones?
That was a mistake, wasn't it?
I think it is. A big error here on this show.
Did I say musicals?
Well, you may be forced to sing a little ditty.
Oh, well,
You
yeah.
see? The people enjoy it. The people enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
What shows did you do?
Well, you know what I did? I did not very good shows, but I did actually write a musical in summer camp. Me and Chuck Ehrenberg. No, Steve Ehrenberg, his older brother. Chuck Ehrenberg played Little Buttercup. The summer camp.
Sure. Yeah.
But we wrote a musical about Robin Hood, which was mainly a big ripoff of a lot of other music, but we did have one original song, which was Robin Hood's big entrance, where he swings into the forest on a vine. And he sang this thing. He was kind of an idiot. And
The actor?
No, the actor was a consummate performer, but the character was a moron.
Okay, just clearing it up.
I think the actor was 7, so I don't know. But it was, he swings in and he's singing to the village people. No, they weren't there. The villagers, and it's got kind of an oompa. He sings, I am the bravest outlaw the world has ever seen. I look somewhat like coleslaw, dressed in my suit of green. I fly from trees, I shoot the breeze with lark and duck and sparrow. I am the greatest archer to ever pluck an arrow. And the chorus sings, he is the greatest archer to ever pluck an arrow. Wait, we do one more verse, last verse, big finale.
Okay.
So if you are in trouble or feel at all oppressed, I'll be there on the double or quadruple at best. Well, maybe 15 minutes, at most a half an hour, unless, of course, you call me when I am in the shower.
David Hyde here. Delicious. You are delicious.
Thank you.
The big season finale tonight on Frasier. Watch it. NBC. Thank you very much for being here.
Good to be here. Good to see you again.